A'udhu-billahi minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bissmillah-r-rahman-r-rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Brothers and sisters, welcome to today's video blog. Brothers and sisters, today's message deals with the issue of marriage. And inshallah, today I'll pull out of the diary. When we talk about marriage, we talk about the complex relationships of living in the West, brothers who are looking for wives, as well as married couples. Inshallah, today's video blog is designed for both of you. As you know, my story is quite unique, and some of my video blogs have talked about my life, but I've also had a lot of time to write and think of ideas that deal with marriage concepts, under which I'll share with you today. There's been a request from one of the viewers who asked me to go into more depth and share. So inshallah, this is my attempt to do so. Well, I have to thank the imam locally in our community. I won't mention his name because I haven't asked him if that's something he wants us to do. But inside of the khutbah this past Friday, the imam was talking about a very important concept that I will intertwine with today's message. Today's message deals with marriage, of course. But marriage in itself is a microcosm, a reflection of a greater picture that deals with life. Now, I already know there's brothers and sisters in the audience who are thinking like, oh boy, this brother's really coming with some far out concepts. When I first got interested in marriage when I was a youngster, the ideas were, I don't understand marriage. I don't know what to expect. And I made mistakes along the way. But actually, it wasn't the real growth for me. Did not happen until after I divorced. And divorce, as you know, is disliked in Islam. But divorce for some people is a learning lesson, a building block. And so let's start from there. Brothers and sisters, if you're coming from a marriage or you're in a marriage that's disjointed, or you're moving into a marriage fearful or happy, or you have a divorce in your repertoire, it doesn't matter. Hold true and take heed to the message to come. Like life, we have to be grateful. We have to have a degree of gratification for how we live. You know when you're excited and you're in the engagement process and you meet a nice sister or a nice brother, and there's this emotion, there's this passion, the feelings of love is in the air, you're excited, you can't wait to move into that marriage. But there's something important for you to understand. You have to be satisfied and grateful for your life. Not only grateful for meeting this brother or sister that you met and that you've been waiting for, but maintaining gratification for the duration of your marriage. I can only paraphrase the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which talks about, to the men particularly, if you see a quality in your wife that you dislike, focus on a positive quality in her and hold on to that. That's the idea that I'm pushing today. Brothers in marriage, remember to be grateful for your wife and who you have in your life. Sisters, please remember the same. As well as brothers that are getting into marriages and sisters getting into marriages, remember and retain that special feeling of hope and gratification, because it has to stretch throughout the duration of your lives. So inshallah, pray that that lasts. Also, brothers and sisters, it's very important to trust in the majesty and the wisdom of Allah. Allah's majesty and wisdom is very vast and very important. What does this mean? Well, this means that when Allah brings someone to you and you decide to get married, there's a wisdom that goes beyond your own understanding. And when you're in this marriage with your wife or your husband, recognize that Allah's wisdom has brought you together so that you may advance together. You may grow together. Allah sent you just what you need. Companionship. I've been single for a while, and companionship is something that you don't understand its value until you don't have it. And so I speak to those brothers and sisters who are married and struggling. Please be grateful and have gratitude for one another. Well, some brothers may say, brother, the sister, she's always complaining about money. There's always so many issues on our table. Brother, I can't survive. Some sisters may say, well, the brother doesn't do what he's supposed to do. The brother doesn't help me around the house. There's always going to be a complaint. There's always going to be some issues. But remember that Allah tests those to see who is best in conduct. Inshallah, please remember in your marriages that you're being tested to have the best of conduct. It's simple. Having things your way over the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has desired is a selfish motivation. And in a marriage, you have to remember Allah first. When a marriage becomes sort of a crisis, or there's a crisis that develops in a marriage, you would only worry if it goes against what Allah does not desire. And this is where you would want to seek shura, or some type of consultation, in order to rectify the behavior that may be un-Islamic. But otherwise, if you're in a marriage, do your best. Do your best. Take it from me. Looking at the other side, I wouldn't have this concept. When I was married, I wouldn't be talking these words, brothers and sisters, so don't take any offense to it. When I was married, I was a lot more oblivious to certain details. Now that I'm out of marriage, the details I'm very hypersensitive to. So the point is to deliver a message to those who are married so that they can connect and make the best decision. Inshallah, I pray that everyone married stays married to grow and to develop the ummah, inshallah. So to conclude, we want to remember for the single brothers and sisters, and as well as the married brothers and sisters, we have to be grateful for what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us and be patient. Be patient with one another and know that every brother and sister that we have in our life, whether we're married to our significant other or we come to other members in the community, everyone is a gift and we have to treat each other as such. I'll be one to admit there are people who have some qualities that are cannot considered to be positive. This has a lot to do with their own personal development. And if this person is your husband, it's your job to be patient and to grow and to help that individual grow. Well, I'd like to stop the video blog at this point and give everyone a greeting of peace, inshallah, and hope that this applies to one of the viewers' requests, which was to talk about marriage and my personal experience. Inshallah, there will be another blog that deals with marriage and marriage relations, as well as more about my personal life, inshallah. For those out there, may Allah bless you. Please, any other input that anyone has, you can send it to me via email. Concluding, I'd like to say, all praise be to Allah, the creator, sustainer of the heavens and the earth. Inshallah, I will see you, brothers and sisters, again at the same channel. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.